Hi there. Today I'm making British flapjacks. I remember having these in London and thinking they were so delicious. They're great as a little breakfast treat or afternoon treat, maybe after school or snack. They're filled with lots of oats, which are packed with vitamins and minerals and are so good for you. So let's get started. I've already preheated the oven to 350 and I have all my ingredients laid out. I have my 8 by 8 inch pan, which I'm going to grease with a little bit of butter. And just take a pad. I think it's always easiest just to kind of do it by hand. It's a little messy, but then it's just take your pad of butter and run it along the pan like this. Better than using any kind of nonstick spray, less chemicals, more pure. And okay, so that is butter. Put that away. And now we are going to combine our first 3 ingredients in this pan. So we have 1 stick of butter. These are all things that you have in your house, maybe with the exception of 1 ingredient, which I'll explain in a minute. Really quick and easy recipe. So I'm just going to cut up the butter into little pieces before I place it in this pot. Makes it a little easier when we start to melt it together. Melt all the ingredients. So put the first 3 ingredients in. I have the butter. I want to do, let's see, half a cup of this brown sugar. So just take some of this brown sugar and remember to pat it down and always close up your brown sugar so it doesn't get all dried out on you. So I'll take my spoon, pat it down, maybe a little bit more. Let's see, a little bit more sugar. And add that to the mix with the butter. And then I'm gonna take this golden syrup, which is something you might not have heard of. It's a British syrup that they use in a lot of desserts. You can actually order this online. I did a curbside pickup today from Goldenberry in my town. If you go to goldenberry.com, I believe, Goldenberry, Devonshire, it's they will ship to you. They have all sorts of British goods. So I am doing a 1/4 cup of the golden syrup. It's like a buttery kind of flavor to it. So you can't really substitute anything else. You can make it yourself, I believe, if you look online. But this is really good. This is great. And I think they even have it at Walmart. I looked online, places like that. But if you can shop local, it's really helpful, obviously, to our shops. So I love the little store that I go to and was able to pick it up. So I was very happy. So we're just gonna stir all these ingredients, not sure if you can see that, till they are blended and the sugar has dissolved. So just on a little kind of low to medium heat, just stir that together in the pot. Let's see, so it's a good consistency. And then, so we're going to add, almost ready. Doesn't take much time at all. So that's why it's a great little snack that you can whip up for your kids or yourself. Okay, so that is blended. Kind of looks like that. Now we're gonna take it off the heat. Turn that off. And then add our oats. You need to use these quick cooking oats, not instant or old fashioned. And we're using 2 1/3 cups of the oats. It's getting a little messy. Okay. 1, 2. I actually got my 1/3 cup here, I believe. There we go. It's a little easier. Is that the right one? Yes. 1/3 cup. Okay, so we're gonna blend that. And then also add, I always think it's easier to measure out your ingredients. So when you're cooking, it's just faster and easier. Our pinch of salt. And I like to add about almost a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger because it just gives it a little zing. You can add that if you like. I love ginger. So we're just gonna blend all that together. Just make sure it's all coated with the butter sugar syrup mixture. Whoopsie. Stick that right back in there. Gets a little messy, but that's okay. Okay, blend it all. And then once that is blended, we're just gonna stick it in our buttered pan. Okay. And then just pat it down like this so you can see. Pat it down. Don't be afraid to use your hands. You can always use a little butter. Butter your hands. And if you're working with something like this, it's actually working really well. You can butter your hands and just mush it down. That way the batter won't stick to your hands. Okay, so in no time, we have a little treat and we're gonna stick it in the oven for 25 minutes. I'm gonna go pop it in. Alexa, set the timer for 25 minutes, please. So, I love Alexa. Don't have to get my hands dirty. Anyway, we're gonna bake that for 25 minutes until the edges are a little browned. So we'll come back once that's done. Okay, so I've taken it out of the oven and it looks and smells delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try this at home. It's so good. It's slightly browned on the edges. And once it's cooled down, I'm gonna cut it into little squares and call my children to come have a little snack. Happy baking. I'll see you next time. Bye.